What a difference a day makes. Uh today was a real blessing every which way possible. Thank you to Pastor Rob. More light in here. I can get. Oh, there we go. And I got the car running again. Got the tires on. I can get enough light in here to film. I'm warm. I'm well fed. I had a single pint of an IPA that was effective. It helped me get home. Um, I'm like using everything to its absolute limit. The bike, every time I ride that bike I'm missing 4 spokes in the rear wheel. And I true it to itself like a 4 string or 5 string guitar. And every time I ride it, like 2 or 3 more spokes get loose and it just goes whoa, 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 whoa. And I've barely got back here. And it was like not just hitting the brakes, but it was like hitting the frame. It was so bad. But and I went by the shop today to order the wheel that he had priced out for me. A double wall 32 hole wheel with a 10-speed free hub body. Should fit in that frame, and I can have 10 speeds instead of 7. I'll have an 11 and 12 tooth cog for going really fast. I could probably get to town like a minute faster with those gears. And coming back, I can put it in the lower gear, the 28. 42 by 28 with that ovalized chain rings. I can get up most hills. I almost can get back here with the 24. Almost. Pretty close. Today I was carrying a gallon of gas and some groceries, and I had to walk a little bit. But I got a gallon of gas in the car. I moved the car. Got new tires on. They look great. The car tires look great. I've tarped the car for the night. I got enough light to read by. Keys right here. Got a gallon. I could run the car for as much as I need to power anything. I found 2 other charging blocks I had forgotten I had, and they're maxed out. Everything's charged and ready. I'm just building more light here. Building more. I bought a headlamp that has a red and white. I like the headlamps with the dimmer switch. Those are pretty cool. But beggars can't be choosers. So, and I still have I think 430 excuse me, $435 on PayPal and $35 cash, which I need for the month to get ready for winter. And I will get ready for winter. I feel great. I feel like I'm coming into my 50s. This is awesome. My year jubilee is panning out. It's working. The stress from Saturday, and then talking to Pastor Rob yesterday at church, riding all the way there on the white bike on the smoothie, the KHS smoothie, which is a knockoff on the Electra Townie. That is not a bike you want to ride uphill, like at all. And the top gear is 42 by 14, so I got to coast quite a bit going into town because you can't spin at that really laid back position. It's like the seat tube is behind the bottom bracket, so it's effectively like a 64-degree seat angle, and that just doesn't. It's a different muscle group. It just doesn't work. Even a recumbent works better because you're pushing. That's like it's in between pushing and being on top of it. So it's just everything's wrong. It's a great beach cruiser and it's a great bike. I really like that bike. I would definitely keep it. Take it to San Diego and ride the boardwalk and stuff. But the other bike for about $200. I haven't spent a dime on it yet, actually. For about $200, I can get a 10-speed rear wheel with a 10-speed cassette, 1128, and a new chain, and a front tube. I think that's all I really need. I would like to put some like Kenda small block 8 tires on it, 28 mil, the smallest they make, front and rear, and then I could actually have some grip on these Forest Service roads. Then I can get around back here. Then you're talking like, well, maybe I should put like a 1132 or some real wide range, but I can't with that derailleur. So getting into the weeds again on the technical details of my bicycle, which I love. The car is movable. The car is drivable. The car starts and runs. The car has 4 brand new tires. The windshield will be fixed in due time. Priority now is moving. I have about 36 hours left to vacate these premises, or at least show them that I can. I think that's what they're getting at, is like with the car on blocks and all the piles of clothes and things that I had laying around here. It just looked like I was just, your average tweaker. Definitely not your average tweaker. First of all, because I don't use that drug. Secondly, it is difficult to distinguish between a working man and a tweaker when a working man is motivated and working. Typically, tweakers, do self-defeating things and will build something and then tear it down. Like, right, it's just the mind isn't functioning properly, and God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. So my mind is very sound. I feel I am well within my capacities, well within my rights, well within my faculties. I can feel myself getting smarter. I can feel my memory improving with the exercise, and my body is coming back. I've lost some of the gut this week. I'm down one belt belt buckle, one space on the belt. So that's typically means about 5 pounds. And I'm riding better. When I get the bike dialed in, I'm gonna be blowing people's minds. That thing is fast. It's a classic triangle frame. It's been around forever, but since the turn of the 19th century. That standard bicycle is the right bicycle. There's new technologies, the compact frames from Giant that started in the 90s, and that's what everyone's riding now. But when I started riding, that's what I rode on, and the angles on that bike are perfect for me to go super fast. Super fast. Put all my power into the pedals. And I have some Power Tap pedals now. My friend didn't actually get his name, but he's following me on Instagram now, and we're in touch. So really, really interesting gentleman, driving around in a nice MR2, like classic Toyota, mid-engine Toyota with a Orbea bike on top, and just spent 7 years now traveling the country with a backpack and a bike and a beautiful car. Just him, just freaking perfect. We're very similar people. He felt my vibe. He's like, oh, I said, well, most people call me Solomon. He says, I see that, like, it's a strong name, the King of Peace and Wisdom. But I'm coming into my my kingly nature. I have books to study, the Parallel Bible. I'm reading this book that my friend Robert checked out for me at the library. I have 2 weeks to read this about King Arthur, the Winter King. I got enough light to read by. I'm trying to see how long that'll last. That's on low, actually. That thing is bright. I can turn these off. Well, no, I'm still filming. While I'm filming, I'll have that on. Does that work? Does it still work? Yeah, it still works. All the lights work. Everything still works in here. I ran the car for about an hour today to get the battery charged. The only reason it went dead last week is because when I was charging stuff, I had the speaker here in the middle, and it's right over the seat heater controls, toggles, and I clicked the passenger heated seat on the low setting, and it drained the battery in like an hour. That's probably like 400 watts. It's a lot of heat. So I won't do that again. Live and learn. I can only go with what I got. I can only learn in the moment. I can only react to situations as they present themselves. Where is my collapsible lantern? For me right now, the number one priority, like I already talked about earlier, is moving. But secondly, for camp life itself, is to bring and access and acquire and build or whatever more light, more like solar rechargeable or USB rechargeable that doesn't require waste and doesn't require batteries. So if anyone has any, put this out there. If any of you have any lights, old flashlights, old camp lanterns, or even batteries, you can send me. I need as much light as I can get here. Light equals safety. If I can't have fire, and they won't let me have fire, I need light. And light is similar to fire in keeping the critters away. Fire is more personal, and it's more like a companion out here. But I can just read. I'm okay with that. I can read. I'm happy with digging into some books. I can watch YouTube videos. I can just relax here. By the way, all this light. Well, I'll turn those off. That's just the bike light right there. That should go for a couple hours, and I have the charging cord ready, and I have a charging block. Well, no, I haven't. They're outside, but basically, I can just go grab a block outside and charge it back up. That's pretty good. Got these little flies in here, like fruit flies. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't like them. They're easy to kill. They're very slow, but I they crowd around the light. So my living space is cramped a little bit, and it's a little bit musty. I mean, I need some sage. I need to air it out. I need to really, I need to put some miles in this car again. I need to get out there. I'm so excited. I could drive tonight on the Forest Service roads and go have fun go barn burning around 24 and 20 to the back. It actually goes all the way to East Quincy. It's 17 miles from here to East Quincy that way. But it's a drive. It's very dusty, and although I do know of one spot where there are hundreds of huge sugar pine cones, and I found out from Facebook Marketplace people will pay $3 each for those. So I could just go load the trunk with like 100 of those and put them on Marketplace. The wheels are turning, and literally the wheels are turning. Putting the pieces together, coming into my power, coming into my strength, coming into where things actually work. It's fun to experience. It's fun to watch this unfold. And I'm glad if any of you are watching this, any of you who are watching this, thank you for joining me on this journey. I have a lot to offer. I have a lot to teach. I'm preparing a place for everybody to be safe and warm and fed and comfortable in the woods. There's some risk from wildlife. It's not a walk in the park. Not quite. It will be eventually. We're going back to Eden, and literally our life will be a walk in the park, and a bowl of cherries, and a box of chocolates. I got fire. They stole 3 of my lighters. 2. They stole 2 of my lighters. I found one this morning. They dug into my car. They ransacked my glove box. They went through my backpacks. They left a giant mess here. Officer White. And then he defended himself when he was here in person. I said, I don't appreciate my Fourth Amendment rights being violated like that. He says, well, if you're suspected of a crime, we are allowed to search for evidence of what caused crime. What's the crime? Oh, I had a fire to heat my water in the morning, a couple of twigs. Crime. I'm a criminal. What's that Fiona Apple song? I've been a real bad boy. No. I like that song. I'm going to smoke my weed. I'm going to read this book. I'm going to have a pleasant night. It's only 8-something o'clock. I'm loving this. I'm starting to feel the vibe turning in town where people see that I'm genuine and I keep it together and I have a lot to offer. I'm excited about what this winter holds for me here in Quincy. I'm excited to lose my hair. It kind of sort of look like a real Don, like like my Uncle Don, actually. Very much like my Uncle Don. Yeah, silver hair. I'm a silver fox. you gotta laugh. I love my life, man. I wish someone would join me. I should have a female companion right here, a little bit younger, of childbearing age, 31 to 37. Her name's probably Chloe. She's probably a barista in Reno or something. Has clip-on dreads and is here from Finland. I don't know. I like to imagine these things and be very specific in my request. Of course, I'd have to go to Reno or go to Chico and start going through all the coffee shops and introducing myself and getting. That's a lot of work. I'm not putting in that kind of work. I'm just putting it out there that I would really like to go through this life with a companion. And I would actually like to raise another family. I wanted to the first time, and I did. And where are they? I don't know. They're off doing their own thing. Enough said about that. Teresa, Caleb, Natalie, and Rebecca, your father is proud of you. He loves you. I'm a little bit miffed at your dismissal of me, but that's a subject for another day. God bless America. From Camp Solomon, September 15th, 2025. Over and out.